Deputy Superintendent of Finance Frank Cooper-Nurse broke it down for senators.
Overall, the department was looking in the neighborhood of $295 million. As this bill is in draft form and it's appropriated, the current breakdowns give GDOE $246.9 million, which, again, general fund takes the bulk of the appropriation at 220.7, and then that's left with the special appropriations from the Healthy Futures Funds, the Limited Gaming Fund, and the larger appropriation from the Guam Educational Facilities Fund at 11.4 to fund the remaining operations. Obviously, the $295 million ask versus the $246.9 million is going to have a tremendous impact in our fiscal operation.
Education Chairman Senator Chris Barnett says while this year's proposed budget is more than last year, it's still not enough.
When you compare last year to this year, there is an increase, but that increase, you guys were short last year, right?
So last year, we were short about $50 million. What we did then was we went for critical contracts and utilities to be funded out of ARP. So we went through USAID, went through the approval process. Thankfully, they allowed us to use those funds directly to support utilities and for critical contracts.
But federal emergency assistance will soon dry up. Education stabilization funds end next month, and American Rescue Plan money goes away next September. Cooper-Nurse recommends they steer away from counting on federal funds as a source of relief.
We have nurses that got a raise, we had teachers that just experienced a raise, and now you have the GPP. Our personnel costs have increased significantly. Our other critical contracts are only going upwards, as well as our utilities. So in terms of adequate funding, I would put the pressure that the legislature provides us with the adequate funding to make sure not only that we can run our baseline operations, but we have a chance to meet the requirements of the Adequate Education Act.
On payroll alone, GDOE spends about $234 million a year. That leaves only about $10 million to cover operations under the initial $245 million appropriation. The revised request is for $295. Nestor Lecanto, KOAM News.